Right now in News 3, an open sheriff's position in Rock County will meet the candidates on the ballot next week.
An update on the homicide investigation in Dodge County. Hear from officers and why limited information is being made public.
And later, week 3 of the high school football playoffs. We have your Prep Mania highlights ahead in sports.
This is News 3 at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Voters in Rock County will have the chance to elect a new sheriff on Tuesday.
The two candidates have both served decades with the sheriff's office. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter talked with both Jude Maurer and Troy Knutson today and joined us at our bureau of the Janesville Gazette with how the two are feeling with the election now just days away. Adam?
Well, Eric and Charlotte, between the two, Jude Maurer and Troy Knutson have more than 50 years of law enforcement experience. But at this point next week, only one of them will be the first new sheriff in Rock County in over a decade. And today I sat down with both of them to figure out how they're feeling leading up to the election. Next week, Rock County voters will choose either Commander Troy Knutson or Captain Jude Maurer to serve as sheriff. The first thing we asked them, why do you want the job? Knutson says it's a way of giving back.
Now I get towards the end of my career, and this seems to be a good way for me to be able to give back both to the agency and to our community.
Maurer says it was the encouragement of others that led him to run.
I was kind of overwhelmed with a lot of encouragement. Hey, Jude, you know, we really think that you'd make a great sheriff. We really would like to see you run. And
Maurer currently is a captain with the sheriff's office and says he's always had a passion for law enforcement.
it's the only job that intrigues me. It's the only type of a career that I feel that I'm suited to do, because I feel that, you know, serving your community, taking criminals off the street, and being able to give back to folks that have become a victim of a crime, to me, is the only thing that I can think of that I wish to do.
Knutson is a commander within the sheriff's office and says he wants to tackle crime, but also find the root causes of crime.
Mental illness and drug addiction and homelessness and poverty, these are all things that we really have to work on and focus in a concerted manner to try and improve, to make our community an even better place than what it already is.
And wants to address the use of opioids in Rock County.
Certainly, we need to sit down with the decision makers, not just in law enforcement, not just in the criminal justice system, but even in private industry, to get hospitals and all of us, legislators, working together to come up with a plan to address that issue.
Maurer says strengthening existing community programs is one of his biggest goals.
When I look at the sheriff's office in terms of, you know, our incarceration, the rates and things like that, I think really it's going to be dependent upon what we can do with the community-based programs, because the funding, whether it's local, state, or federal, is extremely limited.
Now, my conversations with both Maurer and Knutson covered so much more than just their goals or what they would do if elected. We talked about how they got their start in law enforcement and also what this campaign trail has really opened their eyes up to as far as their job and this position. And you can see all of our conversations and everything they had to say by taking a look at our website, channel3000.com.
Another big race to watch Tuesday. Adam Duxter reporting live from Rock County tonight. Adam, thank you. Governor Scott Walker activating the Wisconsin National Guard for Election Day, saying he wants the Guard's cybersecurity team ready to help election officials if needed. Election security, of course, has been a nationwide concern since Russian efforts in 2016 to target state networks. A Guard spokeswoman said the order will allow cybersecurity teams to deploy quickly if election clerks need the help.
Voters have the chance to approve a new school in the Wisconsin Dells district where students are facing overcrowding. School officials say the current high school is over its targeted capacity, and other schools in the district are running out of room as well. Voters have the chance to weigh in on whether to contribute $33 million taxpayer dollars to build a new high school off Highway 12 in the Dells on 80 acres of donated land. According to the district, about 45% of the $60 million project is already paid for through Wisconsin Dells and Lake Delton funds, along with donations. After voters rejected two similar referendums at different locations, the district's administrator hopes the third time is the charm.
We have science labs that haven't been touched for the last 20 years, and it's time to refresh the button on our educational facilities.
If approved by voters on Tuesday, the old high school will become a middle school for grades 6 to 8. The district administrator says the average cost to a taxpayer with a property value of $100,000 would be $86 a year.
Early voting totals out of next Tuesday's election have topped the 2014 midterm turnout at both the state and county levels now. The Dane County Clerk's Office says more than 71,000 in-person and mail-in absentee ballots have been returned countywide. That's 28,000 more than in 2014. Make News 3 your election night destination for the fastest numbers and best analysis at 7 p.m. on WISC-TV 3. CBS News national coverage will begin. Who will control Congress? We will break in with live local updates all night on WISC-TV 3.
Starting at 8 p.m., you can watch continuous live, local, uninterrupted coverage on our digital platforms, Channel 3000, Facebook, and YouTube. At 9 p.m., our local coverage will be available on Fox 47. And at 10 p.m., join us on WISC for election night coverage you can count on to be fast and accurate.
All right, be prepared for the weather on Election Day. Let's get the latest. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, we actually have an alert day in the forecast for Election Day because of the potential for rain and brisk winds along with chilly temperatures that'll only be in the 40s. Now today we actually had a pretty nice day overall. We had some periods of clouds, some periods of sunshine, but not much in the way of precipitation across any part of the state. Low temperatures this morning started out rather cold. Here in Madison we're in the upper 20s to 28 degrees. South and east and south and west of us temperatures stayed in the 30s. High temperatures topped out in the middle to upper 40s. A few places hit the 50-degree mark, especially over southwestern Wisconsin and down toward Kenosha. Current temperatures, though, have dropped back into the upper 30s to around 40 degrees with some clearing, but a little more cloud cover out to the west. They'll start moving in before too long. By tomorrow morning, temperatures will start out in the middle 30s. We'll see cloudy skies for tomorrow and the possibility for some showers, especially later in the afternoon with a high of 48. That's your first alert forecast.
Gary, thank you. The slow no-wake orders on Lake Mendota and Lake Wabisa have been lifted. The orders were put into effect back in August after all the rain and flooding. The slow no-wake orders for Lake Mendota and Lake Kaganza remain in effect due to high water levels.
Florida police are investigating a shooting at a hot yoga studio at a busy shopping center in Tallahassee that left 2 people dead and 5 others hurt. Police say a gunman opened fire before likely killing himself. Law enforcement has not yet determined a motive. The Dodge County Sheriff's Office is confident they have a homicide suspect in custody.
But deputies are still not releasing the names of either the suspect nor the victim, along with a lot of details in the case.
There's a lot of investigation that still needs to go into this. A lot of intelligence we need to gather, and releasing some of that information too soon could compromise that investigation. So I'm going to withhold where on the property that body was located.
Deputies were called to a home in the town of Lebanon Wednesday night to investigate the death. It's on Red Wing Road. The suspect currently in custody on charges unrelated to the case. And as you heard, the sheriff's office won't say how long that body was on the property, how the victim is related to that home, if at all, or what the suspect is being held for. Sheriff Schmidt did say the victim is a male, but did not give an age.
Police have detained a teenager in McFarland after he brought an airsoft gun to school. In a letter sent home to parents, the superintendent said police were called to Indian Mounds Middle School after staff was informed that a 13-year-old student was in possession of a weapon. Officers arrested the boy and found an unloaded airsoft BB gun in his locker. He could face charges.
State officials confirm a human case of a rare virus has been reported here in Dane County. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services made that announcement today, confirming a human case of the St. Louis encephalitis virus, or SLEV, has been found. It's the first case reported in the state in more than 37 years. SLEV is related to West Nile. It, too, is spread through the bite of an infected mosquito. It is not spread person to person. Symptoms usually include stiff neck, disorientation, can lead to more serious issues. There's no treatment for SLEV other than to treat the symptoms. TSA agents discover a loaded gun in a passenger's carry-on bag at Milwaukee's Mitchell Airport. Officials say the handgun was loaded with 6 rounds, discovered during screening at a security checkpoint Wednesday. TSA says this is the 9th firearm found at the airport's checkpoints this year. Last year, 15 guns were recovered at the airport. Firearms can only be transported if properly packed in a checked bag and declared at the ticket counter. Still to come tonight at 10, Gary will have his complete weekend forecast and an update on that alert day for Election Day.
But first, how the Badgers will be honoring Sun Prairie firefighter Corey Barr this weekend. The story when News 3 at 10 returns.
Spot.
Welcome back. An abnormally wet season has caused odor problems at the Dane County landfill.
About a dozen complaints from residents in the McFarland area have prompted the landfill to implement new gas control mechanisms. The smell can be compared to rotting garbage or rotten eggs. Staff with the waste management say a rainy fall season has set off the formation of gas in the piles of waste, and it spread to surrounding communities. After receiving numerous complaints, they are planning to install gas wells ASAP.
But if people do continue to experience odors, they should call me directly. And whether it's 9 o'clock at night or 3 in the morning, we'll come out, we'll respond to that and work on it right away.
If you're experiencing an odor issue from this landfill, you can find the information to contact John directly at channel3000.com.
The UW Athletic Department says it will honor the memory of fallen firefighter Corey Barr during tomorrow's Badger football game against Rutgers. The team will wear jerseys with Barr's badge number 138 embroidered on them. A volunteer firefighter, Captain Barr, was killed in the July gas explosion in downtown Sun Prairie. Kickoff 11 a.m. tomorrow against the Scarlet Knights.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalzi is here with a look at your Badger forecast.
Hopefully most of the, if not all of the game would be dry, and then the rain chances really start to go up after the game and into tomorrow night and Sunday. Let's start out by taking a look at that Badger forecast. Kickoff 11 a.m. tomorrow against Rutgers. And right now we're thinking temperatures very similar to what we saw today. Probably mid-40s by kickoff, about 48 by the time the game ends in the fifth quarter with the band starting to play. However, the shower chances will be there mainly toward the end of the game. Hard to pick the exact time, but if you take a look at the 48-hour rain chances, you can see things pretty quiet, low probabilities of precipitation until you start getting into tomorrow night and Sunday. That's when those probabilities of precipitation really start to go up into the bring the umbrella to probably being wet category. Another time period that we're watching for rain is for Tuesday, which just happens to be Election Day. And there's a pretty good chance of rain. It'll be breezy and chilly as well with high temperatures in the middle 40s. So we put an alert day in there just to kind of bring your attention. Keep an eye on the forecast for Election Day. Doppler track tonight. Notice Wisconsin pretty much in the clear from precipitation. There are some light showers to our west in Minnesota, down to the south and parts of Iowa and Illinois. Some flurries coming in off of Lake Superior, but the state itself looking pretty quiet. Time lapse from the WISC Skycam shows some morning clouds. Then you can see the sunshine coming in during the afternoon, and then the clouds rolling back in the afternoon. That's why we call it variably cloudy. You have some sunny periods, you have some cloudy periods, and right now skies have kind of clouded up in at least parts of southern Wisconsin. There's the view from the Edgewater Skycam. Pretty evening out there. Starting to cool off though. Low this morning, 28 degrees. The high at 47, and right now we're about in the middle of that, 37 degrees. Skies are partly to mostly cloudy. Winds out of the east-northeast now at 6 miles per hour. Temperatures are in the 30s through much of the state away from Lake Michigan. Milwaukee right now still at 42, but the winds are pretty light, and where the skies are clearing, that allows the heat to escape from the earth, and that's dropping the temperatures into the 30s in many locations. The wind's a little bit stronger out over Lake Michigan. On weather track, the upper level winds are coming in from the northwest. That's what's been pulling down the cooler air over the last couple of days. Our temperature's been dropping by a couple of degrees each day. The southern branch of the jet stream has a lot of moisture. Severe weather last night in parts of the southeast. Today it was in Florida. Now moving through the east coast. The next weather system coming in from the west will bring us some chances of rain by tomorrow afternoon, and especially tomorrow night into Sunday. Forecast for tonight calls for variably cloudy skies, not as cold, low temperature dropping to about 34 degrees. Then for tomorrow, look for a high of 48 as skies cloud up. Best chances for scattered showers are going to be in the afternoon. On future track, you can see just generally partly heated to mostly cloudy skies overnight, low temperatures middle 30s. Tomorrow, those scattered showers start to develop in the afternoon, mainly west of Madison, so much of the day will be dry. Tomorrow night, though, certainly looks like a wet period into Sunday as well, with high temperatures on Sunday in the lower 50s. Rainfall amounts probably somewhere around an inch. This is just in the process of updating, but around an inch of rain expected over much of southern Wisconsin, and that's through early or Sunday evening. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, you can see those temperatures really fall off after the rain on Election Day. It'll be dry, but cold. Temperatures only in the upper 30s, and nighttime low temperatures in the 20s for the end of next week.
All right, Gary, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Gary. Stick around. It's level 3 of the high school football playoffs. It's up next. Stick around for Prep Mania.
A choke.
Well, 56 teams whittled down to 28 after tonight as we continue down the road to the state championships at Camp Randall in 2 weeks. Level 3 playoffs, here we go. First of all, to start, Sun Prairie will not be making a repeat appearance in the state championship. Sadly, they lose to Fond du Lac, who is perfect this season, 33-7. Fond du Lac will face Kimberly in level 4. Moving on now to Division 2, Santa's Helpers. A little early, but hey, they're here. On hand for Wanakee and Monona Grove. Warriors ball here. Jarrett Wolf hitting Sawyer Molly, and Molly will do the rest. 52-yard touchdown, 7-0 Warriors up first. Same score now, 3rd and long for Wanakee. Wolf with the ball again. Screen pass to Josh Block this time, and Block will take it the rest of the way. Just open field in front of him. 70 yards for the touchdown. 14-0 Wanakee looking good. And Santa, of course, is there to celebrate with the flag. Very important job he has there. Warrior defense now. Reed Ryan chasing down Jordan Bishop for the sack here. Wanakee winning this battle 33-7 to stay perfect this season. They'll face Brookfield Central next week. Waukesha Catholic Memorial hosting Mount Horeb Barneveld at Carroll. Nice view from up above here. Memorial already up 24-zip. We've got 4th and 1 inside the 10. Tommy Schmitzer picking up the yardage for the first down. 13 seconds left in the half. Luke Fox hitting Joe Sigma for the touchdown on the defensive side. Ethan Post completing the pass. His receiver obliterated by Abasco Allen. Memorial led at halftime 31-0. Mount Horeb Barneveld loses 38-zip. Catholic Memorial will face New Berlin Eisenhower for a trip to state. Division 4 action, Edgerton taking on Lakeside Lutheran here. I love the highlighter yellow. To the second half, Edgerton's Jaden Johnson up the sideline with a big run here, but the Crimson Tide would fail to score. Next up, Lakeside Lutheran's Jake Monis airing it out to Isaac Beers. That is a sweet throw there. Takes it in for the score. Warriors up big 24-7. Then, my favorite thing ever in all of football, we've got a big man touchdown alert. Warriors Charlie Miller driving it in for 6. Lakeside Lutheran with the 45-14 win. They will head to level 4. Next up in Division 6, Racine Lutheran visiting Cambridge. First quarter here, Racine's Colton Kraus with the quarterback keeper. He gets popped and Cambridge recovers. So now we've got Blue Jays, Denver Evans. He will pitch it to Riley Olson. The reverse to Rudy Holman, who takes it all the way into the red zone, but they would fail to score after all of that. Racine ahead of Cambridge 7-0. Second quarter here now, Racine's Tyler Tenner. Nice cut here. He will take it to the house to go up 14-0. Never looking back, Cambridge losing 41-21. They finished the season 11-1. Racine Lutheran will face the winner of this next game to Division 6 here now. Number 2 seed Fenimore hosting number 3 Lancaster. First quarter here, first possession for Lancaster. Hayden Knapp airing it out down the middle of the field. He connects with Preston Nothi, who will take it the rest of the way, 73 yards, all the way to the 7-yard line. That's where Dawson Bowen punches it in for 7 yards out. Flying Arrows up 7-0. Next possession for Lancaster. Bowen again from a yard out. They add to the lead 13-0. Second quarter here, Bowen doing it on both sides of the ball. He is everything here. He takes it back 17 yards for the pick 6. Flying Arrows with a 21-0 lead. 30 seconds left till halftime. Fenimore's Reed Larson finding Aiden Nutter, who makes the catch of the helmet of the defender for the score. Flying Arrows lead Golden Eagles 21-7 at the half. Lancaster going on to win this one 21-14. Blackhawk next up hosting Benton Scales Mound. We are scoreless to start. Benton punting. Colby Argel picking up the ball here after a few bounces, and he would take it all the rest of the way, juking in and out of everyone here for the 77 yards. Speed it up here. This is not real time, obviously. 8-0 Warriors. Later, Argel in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. 29 yards the rest of the way to the house. 16-0. Argel one more time. This kid is on fire today. 13-yard touchdown this time. 36-12 Blackhawk. They'll face the winner of our next game in level 4. Defending state champion Bangor hosting Highland. Highland outscoring opponents 88-0 in this postseason. Second play from scrimmage here for Bangor. They'll put the ball. It'll trickle away there on the right side of your screen. Spencer Linscheid with the scoop and score. 6-0 Highland. They are on the board first. Still in the first, Carter Horseman punching in from a yard out for Bangor. They take the lead 7-6. We head to the second quarter now. Bangor starting to break it open here. Horseman again, 4-yard score to extend the lead to 15. Then the next Highland possession, Lynchide rolling out to his left here out of the pocket. The pass picked off by Jaden Naftagal, setting up another Bangor touchdown. Bangor winning the Battle of the Cardinals, 48-6, the final score. Other scores here, Lake Country Lutheran winning big over Horicon Hustisford 47-15 in Division 5. They'll face St. Mary's Springs for a trip to state. The Badgers here now with their first real people test in public tonight, if you will, hosting UW Oshkosh, a team not to be taken lightly. The Titans making an appearance in the Division III National Championship last season. Now, Greg Gard said earlier this week that his guys were ready to go against anyone that wasn't their own teammate, and it showed. Khalil Iverson on fire in the first half. Nice bucket there, Badgers with a comfortable lead early. Later, Iverson with the ball again, this time giving it up to Ethan Happ, his signature shot here, Happ with 13 points. Now, wouldn't be a Badger game at the Kohl Center without an Iverson dunk. He delivers 13 points as well. Nate Reavers in the starting five, he contributed 11 points and 5 rebounds. Badgers win handily, 82-7, and Greg Gard looking to continue to improve.
We did some good things in the first half and first part of the second half, and then as obviously went a little deeper in the bench. Guys coming off cold, you could see that we had some adjustments to make and get with that. But thought by and large, some good things, and looking forward to starting the regular season.
And the last place team in the Big Ten in town to face the Badgers, Rutgers, has not won a single game in conference play. They're on a streak of 7 games. Losing 7 games in a row. But the Badgers, they don't care about the opposition. Their goal right now, focusing on themselves. They're in a 3-way tie in the West with Iowa and Purdue. Still 4 games left to keep on getting better. Kickoff 11 a.m. tomorrow at Camp Randall. We'll be right back.
Gary has about 15 seconds to recap weather.
It should be dry for much of the day tomorrow, but rain chances high for tomorrow night and Sunday, and then again on Election Day before it turns cold.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 at 10.
Do something good. Have a great weekend.